Badly drawn boy there. Silent sigh. Is that the one with the duck? That video?
Yes, very good video.
Apparently he stopped wearing his hat around because he keeps getting recognised. And he's going to not wear his hat when he doesn't want to get recognised.
Okay.
Maybe pop it in the wash.
But be careful, let's just have a kind of a light cold rinse.
Yeah, light cold rinse, soak it, right, because it's woolen, right, and then just leave it out on a towel, or, you know, maybe near the immersion heater.
Sure.
Or over a radiator, or even
on a
sun.
radiator, is that a problem?
It can cause that sort of, you know, damaging to the fibres of the wall.
He had a kid last week.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who did?
Badly drawn boy.
Oh, right, okay.
Badly drawn little boy, he's going to call it, isn't he?
Brilliant, Rick.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's a sort of satire.
I'd like to see that as a headline in a
Stand and
tabloid.
deliver, oi, oi, money, your life. Oh. Now, going on.
Oh,
Carl,
can we
don't
explain why
panic.
that's funny?
Don't panic, Carl, I'm a professional. Don't worry.
What's your concern, Carl?
What's your concern?
Nothing.
Tell us.
No.
You can say.
I can't.
You can!
This is so unprofessional.
It's. What? What have we done?
What, talking about wool?
Right.
Come on, Carl, what's the problem?
What's the problem?
You say.
He's great, and
He's so scared. Come on, Carl, tell us.
I don't know all the ins and outs, so I don't want to get into it.
What?
The thing.
No,
Well,
you
look,
can,
you can't. People are perplexed now. What's the thing, Carl?
what's the thing? What are you worried about? Say.
Is it an email that's been received by the head of
Yeah,
XFM?
you've got the email open.
You can
have a
talk
read.
about. You can say what it.
Okay, let me just
without,
see.
without,
I don't understand it. Please know that under a ruling at the Old Bailey, any
Yeah.
reference to Adamant's state of mental illness in any news report will constitute a breach of the ruling and therefore lead to serious action from his lawyers.
That's right, and that's true. That's subject we can't talk about that. You can play his records and
Sing his classic songs.
Sing songs.
Yeah, well, it's best just to leave it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what we. Yeah, Carl was a little bit worried. There's no way I was going to mention that or influence anything, and I totally agree with the law. So don't panic, Carl.
That should have never been sent to you.
Why?
Because it's like, you know, accidents happen.
Go on then.
When things like that happen, right, you know, you've been told not to mention it,
Yeah,
and you're like a little kid.
yeah,
And once things are in your head,
yeah,
it's difficult not to mention it. I mean, when I was a kid,
yeah.
Go on.
right, my mum's sister Hazel
Right.
was seeing another bloke. It's weird because she's a lesbian now. That's really weird.
That must have been an interesting Christmas.
But anyway, she was seeing this bloke, and he looked like Ken Dodd, apparently.
He looked like Ken Dodd.
Looked like Ken Dodd. So people said, don't mention it because it gets on his nerves when you like meet him and you go, oh god, you look like Ken Dodd. So I said, all right, his name's Will or whatever. And I was introduced to him. First thing I said, nice to meet you, Ken.
Did you do it as a joke, or did you?
No, because
Just
you know
you-
when you know that he's like, I'm not allowed to say that. I can't
Yeah.
say that. I mustn't say that. Can't. And then
Yeah.
I saw him. I thought, Jesus, does look like him. So it just came out.
Was it Dodd who turned her into a lesbo? Do you think?
Well, he wasn't a good-looking bloke, so possibly.
She started going out with Esther Ransom now, which is weird. Out of the frying pan.
What was the
into
story with the
fire.
lesbianism then? How did she announce that to everyone? What age was she when she realised?
Well, I mean, we're not a close family. Do you know what I mean? We're not
No.
the sort of family who keeps in touch with everyone. And I think my mum called her up one Christmas and sort of said, you know, how's
the Diddy
Will?
men?
How's Will?
Yeah, that's
And,
nutty ash.
And she said, oh, no, I'm not. I don't do that anymore. I'm knocking about with Sandra or whatever.
Right.
And it was like, oh, right.
Not big butch Sandra with the big earrings and the skinhead. Used to live down the road from you.
I don't know.
Used
I
to
haven't met
get
her.
Doc Martens wholesale. That's Sandra.
But she had a haunted house.
Go on.
Who, Sandra?
No, Hazel,
Right. Is this before she was a lesbian or not?
before.
Okay.
And there was a bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards.
There was a
on
what
their
in the
own.
hall?
A bike.
That's handy, isn't it? Oh, that's great. Don't worry, we won't do anything.
So, sorry, no, there was. I want to know about the haunted house. There was a bike in the hall, and what
There was a
happened?
bike in the hall, and the pedals used to go backwards on their own. And also, shoes used to stick to the wall or something.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoes used to stick to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a
That's a haunted
a
house.
hell of a household. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
dear.
Brilliant.
Maybe she should clean the walls.
Classic.
The Flaming Lips. Yoshimi battles the Pink Robots on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. With me is Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington.
Good morning.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to own up straight away. I've done very little work towards this show this week. I'm a bit
You
busy.
surprised me.
Yeah. So I apologise if it sounds a bit sort of.
Thanks for being honest, though. Rick.
Well, no, I don't. I don't want people to go. Oh, no, that was a bit shoddy this week. I hope it's not going to be that every week.
Yeah.
So it is because I've done very little preparation.
Okay.
So
Right.
Whereas
normally
you'll probably have to help me out.
All right.
You have to do some of the work. Carl, you might have to help us out a little bit as well.
I don't know, but I mean,
because I know Steve's done nothing towards it either. So the onus is on you a little bit here. I love the fact that it's still listed as either Ricky Gervais or Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant. In the,
Essentially, we don't need to be here, really.
No, but I know now people listen for Carl. Everyone I've spoken to, for people on buses, to comedians like Ross Noble mentioned you the other day, and they go.
People on buses?
I've never been on a bus.
You
for
haven't been on a
years,
bus
no.
for like 12 years,
Yeah.
have you?
I know.
People on buses. I don't know why I find that so funny. I just know the idea of you being on a bus. The idea of you
I'm
handing
not
over
on
your
the bus.
fare.
They're shouting out from the window.
Right.
They're going, "I love Carl."
Right. Yeah.
I'm walking along.
How much is it on the bus?
20 pence.
No, come on, seriously, how much is it?
One adult to the terminus, please.
I love the fact, they do that thing where, like, if they're interviewing kind
What
of
is it,
Paul
50,
Newman or someone
60p?
famous.
No, it's a quid, isn't it?
They
It's a
always,
quid.
They always say, how much is a pint of milk? And that's supposed to prove if you're sort of still in touch with your roots or whether you're too big a celebrity.
Yeah.
You've got no idea how much it costs on the bus.
Quid?
have you? It's not a quid.
120.
No, it's not 120.
Pint of milk, about 50p. 30p.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow.
Because it's fascinating because you gave this stuff. I mean, you gave this stuff up before you became a celebrity, didn't
What?
you? You were always
Lazy.
Because people always say to me like, "Oh, Ricky seems a bit obnoxious."
Who says that?
No, they say,
No, who comes up to you and just says that?
The guy on the tube did it. I swear to God, he came up. He said, I was watching an interview with Ricky. He said, he's not a nice piece of work. I went, well, he said, no, I've got friends like that. And it's like they're always talking, they're a bit irritating, and you sort of let them off because they're your mates. But I was going, well, hang on a minute. He went,
Well,
no, fair enough.
two things. It's sort of my job talking, and being interviewed. Essentially, you do have to talk.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
about
that's-
yourself.
If that's his only criticism, then I'm not too bad.
No, he didn't think you were funny either. So. In fact, he had a whole list. Well, I say a list, a petition.
It wasn't Dickie Anderson, was it?
It wasn't Richard Anderson.
I hope he's listening.
He's our biggest fan.
I'll tell you what, Mock Turtles need a remix by Fatboy Slim, don't they?
Mock Turtles is a
Yeah.
great tune, but I'd love to hear it remixed.
Yeah. Lars, and there she goes. What a great start to a show. We've had 20 minutes of some of the best banter, chatter and music and anecdote anywhere on the dial.
You're damn right. High five.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet, man, sweet.
Oh, what are we talking about? Now, well, I love that track. It's lovely. They've got a bit of the Liverpool gene pool, haven't they? That sort of doddy. You know what I mean? I like the Scouse sort of look, the Cilla Black and the Stan Boardman.
Yeah, it's particularly unique to Liverpool,
It's
isn't
sort of happy in teeth and ears. And,
It's
do you know what I
happy
mean?
in teeth and ears.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant description.
Yeah.
Happy in teeth and ears.
Yeah, that's just three of my friends. Now, we've got a great track lined up, haven't we, Carl, that I've brought in? So I'm going to go off. Now, I'm not ashamed. As you know, me and Steve aren't worried about being part of a trend or being trendy or jumping on about. Steve particularly doesn't worry about, like, looking good or,
Well,
No, I'm saying,
no,
as a compliment, he doesn't worry about walking along like that or,
Well, this
acting
is-
like
I'm looking good.
No,
I'm
but
good
I'm
looking
saying
good.
you don't mind the insults freak boy or goggle eye or...
Just water off a duck's back, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Or a new phrase that's been coined because of Steve's face, water off a frog's back.
Who's saying that?
Just a lot of your, a lot of friends and that. But I mean,
my friends.
yeah, a lot of the people.
Can you name names or?
I can't really.
You made promises. You can't.
I can't
wanna
really.
pass anyone up?
I think it's the Kagul.
Looks good.
It does look
It's
good.
waterproof, Rick, and it's also stylish. I wear nothing underneath, so it's tight to the skin. It gets sticky
Oh,
in
is
bad weather.
that,
Yeah.
is that why you sort of
It's
rustle?
sexy. But what's all the? Is there abuse? What's this?
No, they just say.
Because I'm a pretty trendy guy, but I, as you say, I cut my own trend. I make my own style. That consequently the pipe. You don't feel that's an affectation?
I don't think. I think because you're young and tall,
Yeah.
the pipe looks a little bit silly.
Go on.
I mean, I know you're worried about because we've already lost the trilby.
Well, I'm worried because pipes are going to die out. I mean, this is the problem. That there's no young people now who are taking up the pipe as a smoking device.
Is
There's
there
no young
anyone?
people.
Is there anyone under the age of what should we say?
Oh, we've said this
25?
before, and I don't think there was no one. I think there was some nutty old woman who phoned in and said I smoke a pipe. But I'm talking about, you know, because years ago it was like an Oxbridge student, you know, you'd be at Cambridge or something, you'd have a lovely pipe, you know, tweed suit, you'd be there studying. That was, you know, and that was the young gent always smoked a pipe, but no one is now. I'll tell you this, in the year 2050, there'll be no pipes. They won't exist.
Well, I think all drugs like nicotine and alcohol will be banned, and we won't be allowed to think our own thoughts. We'll have to live in the sewers like eating rat burgers or
That's
something.
true enough.
Won't we?
Yeah.
And it will have to download our memories or something.
Oh,
probably.
God.
And
But I'll be a rebel, Rick. I'll just be down there listening to jazz.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
You'll just have a little chip in the back, and you'll be going out with a big fat man with a big toga on, and you'll be touching him.
But will I think it's a beautiful woman?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll be fighting with the Rebel Underground.
No, you won't.
I will.
No.
I will. I'll be dead, won't I?
You'll be dead, yeah.
I'll be dead, yeah.
In 2050 you will.
I'll be dead.
Unless because obviously you're becoming quite wealthy now. You're becoming a very rich man, obviously, from all your, you know, celebrity endorsements.
I'll have my brain put into a robot
Exactly.
made of titanium, and I'll have it.
Would you be cryogenically frozen if you could do it?
I would, but I'd leave myself out on a towel.
Right.
Never, because if you do it too quickly, there is shrinkage.
You've got to be careful. Did you read in the paper this week? This is true. Apparently, the world's oldest man, who's 113, lives in some little part of Japan.
Sure.
Like little island in Japan. But apparently, the world's oldest woman also lives in exactly the same place. Now, I don't know if she's since died, but she lived in the same place as well. Do you not think there's something suspicious going on there? I mean, isn't that a bit eerie to you?
I'm thinking, have you ever seen them together? And have you ever found lipstick in his bag? I think that would be one and the same.
I wonder if it's something like, you know, what brought Godzilla back. There's some kind of... There's some antics over there.
No, there might be, they're sort of like, yeah. Although, just hearing some of Karl's stories about school, there's something going on there where he lives.
Yeah.
Did you say you did live near a sort of nuclear plant or
I
something?
found out it wasn't a nuclear plant, it was a chemical plant.
My God.
Yeah.
Really? And is that really true?
What colour was the tap water in your area?
It was better than it is in London.
Right.
I was
Really?
talking to someone about this the other day.
Yeah.
Water in London's ropey. And I use one of them water filters.
Do you really?
And the guy down in the office was saying it's a waste of time though, because they only work for a couple of water. Like you fill your jug twice, and then the water's going through the same muck, isn't it?
That's true enough.
But
So
it's not.
it
If it's
doesn't
not
work.
getting through, it's not getting through.
No, but
If it's a filter, it doesn't matter, does it?
still not good though.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good point.
So have you just thrown it away based on what that bloke said?
Did he
Is
sell?
it currently
Did he
in the
sell
bin?
you another one that he had on
Yeah,
him? Did
a
he
better-
say-
a better updated model.
Yeah. Did he have a suit and a?
When
big-
you say, like, he works here, was he actually hanging around outside?
Yeah. Did he
With
have
a-
a suitcase
with a
lots
cart?
of these in? Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Talking
dear.
about, so just go back to insults briefly.
Go on,
You know,
Goofy.
saying...
Oh no, see that's
Goofy, that's
no,
not
no,
fair.
no, because that's what he said. It's in my head.
What do you mean he said that?
No,
When did he
no,
say that?
No, I mean.
When did you call me Goofy?
No, he didn't. He said about what's in
Baldy?
my head.
Hey,
no, when it's
come
mate,
on.
come off it. Don't
What? Who's
start
calling
on
me
a-
Goofy?
No.
I'm not even Goofy. Goggle-eyed's fair enough.
Yeah, but you can sort your
Lanky.
look out. I can't.
What do you mean how can I sort my look out? I'm not even Goofy. That's not fair.
You've got the proper features.
What?
Just needs sorting out a bit. I can't help it if my hair's not good.
I noticed the other day when Karl was sitting on your knee having his picture taken. It's a long story, right? He's got a completely spherical head. It's slightly too small. I'm not being funny because I mean, I'm not perfect. But he's got a completely spherical little head. He looks a little bit like a baby hamburger. You know hamburger off McDonald's?
Sure.
He looks like a little baby hamburger. And it's sort of quite put upon. It's
Suzanne thinks I look like that thing in that Dulux advert. Do you know when the woman pulls the head off that?
That little plasticine
Yeah,
morph type
and then they
creature.
make a new head for it. And it's like a little head.
really.
And that's your girlfriend saying it.
I know. Anyway, listen, let's get back to business here. This is a great track. It's America by Simon and Garfunkel. This is where I started saying we don't care about being trendy and all that. That was it. Our Freaks Electric, Richard Atkins, Sugar Babes on XFM 104.9, Steve.
Absolutely.
I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant.
Hello.
Karl, the producer. 7 minutes past 1 of a Saturday, and what a lovely Saturday it is.
It is indeed.
Well, it looks nice and bright, but it's deceptive, because I went out, and I just had a t-shirt on, and I had my jumper on me. I got out there, and I thought, this is chilly. I had to pop the jumper on.
Oh, no.
So,
Goodness
you
me.
know, just if you're just, looking out the window thinking, I'll go outside, pop a jumper jumper on or a jacket, because it looks nice, but it is a little bit colder than it looks.
Rick, can I ask, were you wearing the jumper around your waist, tied with a knot, or did you have it over your shoulders, like maybe you just jumped off a yacht?
I popped it round my waist, and I'll tell you why. I tucked my t-shirt in for neatness and comfort.
Lovely.
But I know that's a little bit dorkish, so I was trying to hide the belt line.
Okay.
So then I popped the jumper on, didn't have to worry about it.
Did you go with the double knot?
I didn't.
Because that can loosen if you're not careful, especially if you're carrying bags or you're busy on the tube.
I know, but I wouldn't mind that as long as I didn't lose it. As long as I saw it loosen and fall, I'd pick it up and then clean it. Not in the washing machine though. I'd pop it in a cold wash soak, right, and then leave it out on a few towels or something, or pop it over the radiator.
So what's the problem with putting it in a hot wash?
Well, it can cause shrinkage.
Oh no!
So coming up, we've got loads of tunes. We're going to be playing some of the best bands around, some new ones, some old ones. Might even play some Adaman. We don't know yet.
Let's have Badly Drawn Boiler, shall we, Carl? Current single.
All your cells die and are replaced many times over in your life, except the brain cells. You only lose them. You lose hundreds and millions and trillions, right? And you've still got plenty left, don't worry. Or most people have. So only a small percentage of the cells you're born with remain yours, the brain cells. So supposing you're 99% different, all the time you're changing. Is that the same person? Well, you'd say, yeah, because you've got the important ones, the brain cells, which keeps your memory, your personality, your input, the you.
But then, as we talked before, if you took your brain and put it in someone else, would you be the same person? You know,
well, then,
what defines the person?
Yeah, it's the brain, isn't it?
It is the brain, but then if you look different, you'd be treated differently and you have a different personality. You could still the same person, but people change anyway. People's personalities change. And if you're in a car accident and you lose all your memories, you've got the same hardware. People have had complete personality changes.
Particularly through car. I knew someone who knew someone whose girlfriend was in a terrible accident and she lost a lot of her memory, and so the person she was with, her boyfriend or fiance, she no longer related to them in the same way, and equally he obviously that wasn't the same woman that
but was it his fault? Was it his fault?
Wasn't his fault.
What's that got to do with it? What's that got to do with it?
No, was it his fault? Was the accident his
Well, what's
fault?
that got to do with it?
Because you would be fed up, wouldn't you?
That's a completely different point that he was making.
No, it wasn't. He said a woman had an accident.
Yeah, but we were talking about, are you the same person?
Well, hang on, let's hear what Carl's point is.
You said, you know, this woman was in an accident.
Yeah.
It's terrible, that. It's sad.
Yeah.
Now, all I'm saying is she went...
opinion just popped in there. Terrible, that. Sad. Yeah.
She went off him.
I'll pass on your condolences.
Yeah.
She went off the fella.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, you're saying, it's because a brain had a knock and went, I'm not into him anymore. But all I'm saying is, if it was his fault who was driving the car and it happened because of him, you would sort of go,
yeah, but that's not the point I was making at all.
Not,
it wasn't. He wasn't involved, but B, it was because she got a form of amnesia, so she didn't relate to him in the same way because the life they'd spent together, she no longer had a memory of, and equally, when he was talking to her, she was no longer the person that he'd first met. Do you see what I mean? So that's what my point was. Not because he was in...
Yeah, no, I can understand that. That doesn't surprise me that much, I suppose. At the end of the day, it is what you go through, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can hark back. You can talk about stuff.
Arp back. You can arp back.
Is that what a good relationship's based on? If there's a lot of young people out there listening, they're wondering what to look for.
I think that's the best thing about getting old, isn't it? You can sit down and do nothing but think about a lot. If you're a baby, you've done now, you're lying there, you can't walk. I can't remember being a baby, and I put that down to it being boring. Because you only remember the good things.
Remember your birthday.
No, it's you remember the good things in life, don't you? I'm quite happy. I can sit down for a good hour or so and just think back and go, that was good.
When was the last time you reminisced?
Well, my mum and dad have been round, haven't they? So been reminiscing a lot.
Yeah.
What were you thinking about?
We were just chatting about Tic Tacs.
One of the great memories, yeah, the happy memories.
No, because you see, here's the thing. You're saying how that woman changed when she had her head caved in.
He never said that.
What did you? Well, the brain accident.
Yeah. Brain accident. Yeah.
The Tic Tacs. Now, I used to love them.
Yeah.
When I was younger.
Yeah.
My dad got a load of them.
This year?
No, years ago. Years ago, when I loved them. I said, I loved Tic Tacs, me.
Yeah.
He met one of his mates.
He didn't nick them from the sweet shop?
No,
that's what
he knew some mate who could get his hand on a load.
Right.
And he must have got about 30 crates of Tic Tacs.
30 crates of Tic Tacs?
Honestly, with like about 24 on each crate. We got them, stuck them in a cupboard under the, just in the kitchen in the corner.
Yeah.
Now, I worked my way through about 6 crates. It's quite happy.
In how long?
I don't know, in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something.
Right.
And then after that, I'm getting sick of these.
Right.
Yeah. You were minty fresh, but you were sick
lovely
of them.
fresh breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I haven't got that much more to tell you about it. It's just.
What do you
So
I
this,
just
sorry, whoa. Bear in mind, this was something he was recently reminiscing with his parents about. They were sat round, and we've already learned up to an hour could go by reminiscing. Sat round for an hour, talking about the
I've
great
already run
tic-tac
out of
saga.
responses. I've got nothing to say about
No
that.
opinion.
I mean, I was nearly going to say, what do you do with the empty little flicky tic-tac boxes?
Yeah, but then you realise that that's utterly dull and boring.
Well,
and not
I was struggling. I don't know what this anecdote is, other than a bloke. Other than you said your dad, I like Tic Tacs, me. He went, all right, I talked to Albert. Albert, you got Tic Tacs? I've got 30 crates, if that'll do, yeah? Yeah, bring him round. Put him under cupboard. He's got through 12 crates. What's his breath like? Fucking lovely, but he's been sick all over the cunting place. Oh, do you want some more? No, of course we fucking don't. You'll talk about that in a few years' time. Of course we will for about a fucking hour.
No.
Then we bring it up in an audio book.
But I think that's how we got onto it, because even though I tried to get rid of a load, I used to give them to mates, take them to school, say, have some Tic Tacs. You can have them for free. We used a load in the cat litter tray.
No, you didn't.
We did. It was just ways of getting rid of them.
Jesus Christ.
Sort of freshy smell, isn't it?
That's
it's the same
amazing.
sort of condensity in that, isn't it?
Condensity, it is the same condensity.
condensity.
Yeah, so I got rid of them like that. And then the weird thing was, even though I'd got shut of them all, you'd be backing up and you'd always hear one ting its way up the tube.
It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. It's tinging its way up the tube. Ding tong, ping pong. It's tinging its way up the tube.
That sounds like something from Willy Wonka.
Oh God!
No, it's just I'm just demonstrating that because that's how many of them there were around the house. You'd drop them, they'd go in every corner and that, like Pac-Man or something. They'd be everywhere. You'd be backing
amazing.
up, tinging it up.
Sheila's getting married. Hannah gets confetti. Don't buy any confetti. Go to cupboard under stairs.
So yeah, that's a little memory there, isn't it?
It is a little memory.
Now
It's a really little memory.
The strange Tic Tac house in Salford, where everything is made of Tic Tacs.
Wow, that must have been a hell of a time you had with your parents there. The old Tic Tac
No, but it's
reminiscence.
better. You see, you're saying, "Oh, what a boring story that is." But when
I
my
see
mum
you've
and dad,
re-gravelled the drive. Yeah, smell it. Suck the drive if you want. Fucking hell.
no, but it's different. When my mum and dad are there and they can remember that, and they're going, "Oh yeah, the Tic Tac incidents and stuff."
What's known as the Tic Tac incident?
The Tic Tac incident.
Let us never speak of the Tic Tac incident.
Yeah, I just imagine the clock ticking. There, it's Christmas Day. I go, what are you smiling at? Oh, remember it used to ting up the tube.
You should think about selling this to Hollywood.
Listen, what do you remember then?
What do
I
you
remember?
That's
Wow.
an amazing thing to
That's
say.
a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, I don't. Nothing at all.
Why, out of interest though, and this will sound naive, why don't we remember the very early moments of our lives? Why is it? Is it because it would be too harrowing to remember the point at which we sort of born? Because I don't really remember anything from those first few years. Why is it? Is it just because the brain's not fully formed at that moment?
I don't know.
The memory's not sufficiently developed?
I honestly
It's got to be trauma, hasn't it? It's the things. Again, we were talking about me being younger, and the youngest I could remember back to was 1978.
How old were you then?
When
were you born?
72.
What?
You
You couldn't remember earlier than 6. You can remember back to about 2 or 3. Most people. What?
No way. My mum and dad don't even remember me then. Because you're not doing anything. This is what I'm saying.
My mum and dad don't even remember me then. That's amazing.
Because they pinpoint
They remember
things.
all the Tic Tacs they've ever eaten.
Yeah. Do you remember when Carl was 6? Of course I do. 5? Yeah. 4? Yeah. 3? No. 2? No.
Because you're not doing anything, are you?
My mum and dad don't even remember me then.
And it's weird.
I remember must have been about 2 sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego. I remember that. Very strong image I have of that.
No, I don't remember that.
No, you wouldn't remember that, were you? Would you?
You weren't there, were you? What do you mean? What, you don't remember Steve sitting on a potty surrounded by Lego?
No, I mean, I can't remember having a potty. I remember having one of them.
I'm not suggesting you have the
You
same
used to
memory.
go in a fucking litter tray. Now I know why, to eat a Tic Tac while you're having a shit.
But okay, so what is your very first memory?
The one that cropped up the other day was having my eyes sort of glued together by...
Gangsters. Where's the fucking Tic Tacs?
No,
We lost our truck for you, Joe.
when I was on holiday and I slept near the window and the window was open, and I used to wake up in the morning with my eyes shut. My mum and dad thought I was having a lovely lie-in. I just couldn't open my eyes.
But why? I don't understand. Why were they?
I'm gonna burst. What do you mean?
Why were they glued? Why were they? What do you mean they were glued?
Wait, but why didn't you say, Mum, Dad, I'm not asleep. My eyes are glued together.
It's just that you get a build-up on the eyelashes.
Yeah.
And it all...
But when they came in and you could sense them looking
I didn't know
at
they
you.
were there.
But what do you mean? Why didn't you say so? So you lay there dead still?
Well, you should have sprinkled some Tic Tacs around the bed, then you'd have heard them crunching in as they came in.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean?
So that's
your
my
eyes
earliest memory.
wait. So your eyes are stuck together. You're lying there. You're still. You're awake, but you can't open your eyes, so you don't say anything.
Yeah.
What? Why? What? Every
so
day?
Your memory
It happened a lot.
But your memory was that this was scary to you because you thought you'd gone blind.
Probably, and it hasn't happened since, so it's something you remember happening, isn't it? It's like the kidney stone thing. That will always stay with me because it's like I was in agony.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying about trauma. It's quite frightening when you're a kid and you can't open your eyes.
So we don't remember
you were
trauma.
saying you don't remember trauma.
Oh,
Do you remember that? Do you remember that
traumatic.
conversation we had a few minutes ago?
Maybe it's because I had time to lie there and think about it. Because I sort of wonder that if having vision does get in the way.
No, it's a good one.
Okay, go on, interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, go on.
Well, just your eyes are, you know.
Go on. What are they?
They're the thing that makes you do the things you want to do, aren't they? Your eyes.
What do you
at the end
mean?
of the
What
day.
do you mean? Interesting. Go on.
Everything. You might want to. You might like drawing.
Right.
Your eyes.
That's an example, though, isn't it? Because then you might like music, and you don't need your eyes for that, do you?
Well,
you need
yeah,
your ears,
because you still got to find your way to the record shop to
Well,
find the record you want.
Because someone could put it for you, or you could.
What I mean is your
Stevie
eyes.
Wonder,
Say rather
You
than
might like smells. You might be a perfume. You need
let me just
need
think.
the nose, don't you? Wine tasting, just
I've just always thought blind people
go on.
are probably good listeners.
Right, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Which means that they'll be more brainy.
Possibly.
They won't waste their eyes on watching rubbish telly.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
But bear in mind, you learn a lot, don't you?
Yeah,
Just from
yeah,
what you see, you
swings
absorb a lot of
roundabouts.
information from
Swings
what you see.
roundabouts.
yeah, but blind people are going to say, right, I'm not going to be defeated here.
Right.
I'm going to make sure that I still feed my brain with stuff.
Right.
Whereas if you've got eyes, your eyes can sometimes say, well, don't listen to that intelligent thing there.
Yeah.
Watch some rubbish on the telly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
Because-
your eyes are saying that? Are they? Who are they talking to? Are they?
I'm just saying, if you've got eyes,
Yeah, they're talking to you.
you're more drawn to things
Drawn.
that keep you...
What are you drawn to though?
Keep your eyes,
Go
keep
on,
your
what are you
eyes
saying?
interested. It's like everything.
Right.
It picks your food for you.
Does it?
Yeah,
No,
it does. It
doesn't.
does. Of course, it does. That's why they advertise food in a way that look. Those adverts on the telly. Look at
So-
this. This isn't an ordinary pasta.
Yeah.
It's
So
yeah,
you'd eat a nice plastic apple, would you? It looked like an apple. Eat it.
presentation is 90% of what goes on now in this world. Whether it's clothes,
Is that a
That's
statistic that you picked up from
because you
somewhere?
know what the thing you like looks like. So you recognise it. You go, oh, I like that. You don't go, oh, I like the look of that. I ate it last time and I like the look of it as I was eating it. You go, I know what that is. That's the thing that tasted good.
not always.
No?
I think there's a lot of cakes out there, and I've been conned where my eyes have gone, that looks good. I'll go, can I have one of them? And I get it, and it's just like air with cream on it.
But
There's
that's
nothing,
You,
there's
Are
no
you
enjoyment.
furious with your eyes at that point?
but
Well,
you
it's a
just
bit annoying.
contradicted your own point.
No, I haven't. I've said my eyes have said this is what you want,
Yeah.
and I've been disappointed with it.
So so your eyes shouldn't pick your food then, should they? Really?
They shouldn't.
No.
But they do.
Well, again, the next time you get the eyes go again. Remember
Well,
that?
yeah, but I'll sort of go, hang on a minute. You remember last time? This is different.
You are the strangest man
There's
I
not
have
weird.
ever met.
There's nothing weird about
You
that.
are the strangest person
not.
I've ever met.
So
It's
are you
not.
mistrustful of your eyes? You
You
don't
are.
trust anything you see now, you query it, question it.
Here's a clearer way of describing it.
Go on.
Holiday brochure.
Right?
Your eyes, look at it. Look at this villa here. Look at that, it's got its own pool, close to all the amenities. Get there, my eyes what have you picked? Because it's not as good.
Who's arguing now? Who's angry with your eyes?
Were your eyes angry then?
No, I was angry.
Okay, so your mouth and brain are angry with your eyes?
Because, one, my nose has kicked in. I'm next to the bins.
Right, okay.
You couldn't see that in the brochure. The eyes couldn't see that.
That's true.
The bottle banks, again, they're close by. My ears are going, what's the racket?
Yeah.
My eyes are going, sorry.
What? Your eyes are saying sorry?
I'm just saying, you can't trust your eyes.
I don't really
love
care.
this.
I'm surprised they felt guilt.
I love the fact that his sense of human biology is based on the numbskulls.
I don't know why you must pick stuff based on what your eyes thought initially.
Well, it depends.
But Carl, they're not detached in this separate way. They're not different operatives, all with different agendas. It's all connected.
It should be.
If I look at a picture in a brochure or magazine and I think, oh, that looks nice, my brain instantly says, be careful though, because that's a publicity tool in order to try and sell me this particular deal. Chances are it doesn't look exactly in real life like it does in the brochure. I'm instantly thinking that. I'm not going, hey, I'll book that. And then 2 weeks later I get there, I can't believe I'm fucking disappointed. Ears, what do you make of it? Well, I'm livid because I can hear some fucking racket.
All I'm saying is you don't see that many disappointed blind people.
You don't see that many disappointed blind people.
They're not let down that much. They're not let down.
Spurious. You've got no information for that, no evidence for that at all. You've just made that up.
You don't see many disappointed blind people. New order, here to stay. Sadly, we're not here to stay, Steve. We've only got about 2 more minutes.
That's true enough.
Yeah?
Well, I think that's just time for some interesting facts that Johnny Mango, our researcher from loosecontrol.com, has emailed us. A few familiar ones, favourite ones of yours, I think.
Any ones I don't know, though?
I think you know this one, don't you? A pig's orgasm lasts for 30 minutes.
I know. And a pig can't actually look directly up. Wouldn't have thought so after 30 minutes of coming.
No, absolutely.
Daddy, be careful here.
That's incredible.
Remember what happened to Tom Bins? Go on.
Humans and dolphins are the only species that have sex for pleasure.
Bonobos do as well. They've rediscovered, which is a
bonobo.
A chimpanzee, like a chimpanzee.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's 3 now.
Can't believe dolphins are getting.
They're
more
3.
active.
They're all at it now. Dolphins get. Yeah.
Polar bears are left-handed.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
I don't quite know how they work that out. Did they give them spelling tests? Or writing tests?
Oh yeah, they probably just do it. It's probably the paw they use to hide up the black nose during a hunt.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Some lions mate over 50 times a day.
Yeah, not every day of the year.
Okay, they don't do that every day.
No.
Okay, because again, I'm worried.
No.
They start. I didn't think that dolphins.
What day of the year do you do it 50 times? What is it? It's coming up to it. It's April, isn't it? You'd like to get out there.
I have a special day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could coincide that with the balloon event. It'll just be me quietly humping in the corner. Volunteers, welcome to email now. You know. And all the proceeds go to charity.
If you are a desperate lioness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Butterflies taste with their feet.
I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I didn't know that.
That is interesting.
But they don't eat much, do they? Because they only live a day.
Good point.
They wouldn't need to eat.
An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
That's extraordinary.
That is, yeah.
And the
But Carl, how big are your eyes?
cruel. Finally, I think we've discussed this before, haven't we? A cockroach will live 9 days without its head before it starves to death.
Yeah, that's only because it can't get water and food. Yeah, it would be quite happy going around doing its normal things.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably to work.
If you're just as good without your head as with your head,
May as well not have a head.
I don't see the point. Well, that was thanks to Johnny Mango there of what's his website called? Who's turned into a sort of volunteered researcher.
Yeah.
He's very fast.
Loosecontrol.com. Can I just say as well, we've had lots of emails from different people just saying they enjoyed the show and offering little tidbits and things. Nick Wilson, Sarah and Lauren, Ken, Dan, Jane, she wanted some Ash, we didn't play Ash, never mind.
Oh.
Lee, Jez, Derry, there's loads of people there.
Well, I'm gonna again. We were talking earlier about you not caring about being like a geek or a freak or not trendy. No, I'm just saying.
I am trendy, yeah.
And I know, yeah. And I'm going to play a bit of an easy listening. I apologise to those people who still tune in and expect to hear 2 hours of new metal or Gorillaz. And this is a very old-fashioned, lovely tune. It's Bread. I hope you enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Bread.
Bread.
Sexist, Joe Jackson, different for girls.
He's not in the charts anymore.
I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. You were talking about renting an office. I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm just at the moment thinking about trying to buy a flat or something because I'm just tired of pissing money down the drain.
I know. Yeah.
And but I'm really petrified. I've put it off because I'm really gullible. when I'm confronted with anyone in a suit who sort of knows what they're talking about, they can sell me anything. I'm intimidated. It's like, you know, you're supposed to go in there and you're supposed to sort of act like you're the guy with the money. This is what I want. This is what no. But I go in there and it's like I'm afraid they're going to say, clear off. I don't want to sell you a house. I'm not interested.
Have you ever thought of like really putting on sort of like some sort of cool air, like sort of like kicking the door and going, what's that? Is it like you'd be found out in 30 seconds, wouldn't you?
Exactly.
You'd go in there, you'd stub your toe, and they go, what do you keep like off your toe, off your toe?
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Just tapping the walls.
Yeah, tapping the wall. What's the rates on? What rates? I don't know.
Well, do you remember, I don't know if I told you before, I wanted to buy a laptop computer, and everyone said, go up Tottenham Court Road, and I was reading like magazines and stuff, they were saying haggle, make sure you haggle, make sure you're planning to haggle, get the best deal you can. And I found a shop which was selling the computer I wanted, and I went in there, and I had this whole plan in my mind of what was going to happen. He was going to say, like, it's worth this. I'm going to go, well, look, I can get it cheaper here, I want to buy it from you, I'm going to haggle, and off I went. So I went in the shop, and I said, yeah, looking for this, interested in this Toshiba. How much is it? He went, oh, it's 1,500 quid. I went, sure. Okay. I said, I'll give you 1,300. He went, it's 1,500. And I said, sure, but I'm willing to give you 1,300. He went, 1,500. And I was done already because he hadn't even begun to haggle. And I was assuming he'd at least go 1,400 and we could start, but nothing. So now I was screwed. My whole plan went out the window.
Yeah. Well, you just leave?
No, I said to him, the thing is, I can get this computer cheaper down the road, but, you know, I like what you're providing me, I like your service. I've had good stuff about you. It was amazing, I said, I've heard good stuff about you. And he went, I said, seriously, I can walk down the street, I can buy it there for cheap, for like 1,400. And he went, well, see you later then. And I was like, right. So I walked out the place. I said, well, I'm going to have to leave then. And I walked out the place, and, of course I wanted to get it from there, because it was still the cheapest, so I had to walk back in again. I went, yeah. I've just had some second thoughts. Listen, I'll tell you what, I'll pay the 1,500, can I get a free carry case? He went, the carry case is free anyway. I said, I'll take it.
The carry case is free anyway.
I got nothing.
No, but how much would you charge for that if it was on sale? Carry case a tenner. Well, let's just say it is a tenner, give it to me for free. And he went, no, it's a tenner. And you went, well, you said it was free a minute.
Yeah. Oh, it's just pathetic.
That is lovely.
It's having to walk out making a big statement and then come back in again.
Oh dear.
So I'm really scared. I feel like I need someone to come with me and do all the talking. You know what they're talking about. Because I'm not going to be able to tell if there's subsidence or if there's damp or...
No, but you don't do that.
Don't I? Is that not my responsibility?
No, you get a survey done.
Sure.
And they charge for that, and then yeah, you don't have to go around doing it yourself.
Right. Could I make a saving if I did it myself?
Yeah, this should be alright.
Yeah.
There's a hole in the wall, Steve. Yeah, but what's a hole in the wall?
Put some newspaper over that.
Chaucer's day, that was the toilet. That'd be fine. Carl, you're a second-time buyer, aren't you?
Yeah. Bought one in Manchester. Lost £7 on that one.
Well, don't buy in Manchester.
No, it's a good flat, it's just it wasn't... I didn't buy it to sort of make money, I thought I was going to be living there, like, all my life. And then a job came up here, and it was like, oh...
You bought your first flat in Manchester, you assumed you would be living there for the rest of your life.
Well, I wasn't in a rush.
Play a record, you're an idiot.
Hang on a minute, so have you got a property portfolio? Have you got the 2 houses now?
No, I've got rid of that one.
Oh, you sold that one?
Got this flat.
£7,000
Got this flat. I'll tell you something that is interesting.
Hold on, though.
What?
£7,000 lost. It's a flat in Manchester, but it could only cost about £8 anyway.
Right, Steve, something they do now, right, they've got to do by law when you're buying, right? I was looking at one in London, right? It's haunted. They've got to tell you now.
Right, don't talk shit.
I'm telling you
now.
now.
Record.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah. There's no such thing as ghosts. That is ridiculous if that appears on a legal document.
Right, if there's anyone who sells flats and that, does that for a living.
Yeah.
Right, email in, because I'm telling you now, that is a fact. She sort of dropped it in. I said, oh, you know, nice feel there. And she said, yeah, well, that'll be the ghost. Just dropped it in, that's all they've got to do. And then I was like, what? And they went, oh, yeah.
That's all I've got to do, is it? So that's the legal thing. Can you drop it in? So in court you go, did you drop it in? Yeah, I dropped it in. Play a record, you're an idiot.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Yeah, should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Comfort in Sound, Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got on DVD more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there. We've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf and
Brilliant.
there's good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes. Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff.
Too shy?
It is too shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it. The only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone. Yeah.
Mel and Kim.
Respectable.
Human League.
That'd be. Oh wow, what would it be? Would they have got? Don't you want me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last take on me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well done. Madness.
Baggy trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde.
Kids in America.
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So there are the
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go. Let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
email only, of course.
Yeah. Email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, we've gone. What is Karl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
right.
so what's the...
Right, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. It'll be different. He's lost it.
Go to France, buy yourself a boat with the fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there, because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
And the last one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD. That one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
Alright, well...
Has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well, so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF.
Yeah.
Buy it ferry. Right? That's like...
What?
Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
ferry. What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because it's quite close to it. Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what's your first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish. That doesn't count.
No,
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry, buy on ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Deli
is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah.
A meat tree and that.
A meat tree? A meat tree? What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give them a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well, no.
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Deli meat tree?
Deli meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And
Can I just point out, Eric-
Oxymusic was brilliant.
Can I just-
I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've had
David Bowie?
Deli Meat Tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Deli Meat Tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Burgh.
Oh! I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't... I
So
think-
what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Burgh.
Say it again.
No, I think they've worked it out now.
Say it again.
Christ de Burgh.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Burgh?
Chris de Burgh. Who's the winner, Steve?
do you know what? I'm going to give it to
So-
Aidan, because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him...
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those
Burgh,
are the worst you've ever done.
the worst Delimitri. So and didn't it just put D, and then Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry.
So...
Mock Turtles, Can You Dig It? Remixed by Slim.
Yeah.
Yeah, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Ooh, stuff to
dear,
do,
what's going on? What's been
stuff to
happening?
talk about and that.
What's been going on? What's been going on?
Before you came in, you saw it, didn't you? That experiment I was doing with the...
An experiment?
Yeah.
Well, all I know is as I walked in the building, I passed the little kitchen area, you were hitting Carl on the head with a tin tray.
Didn't it make a good noise?
It was a great noise. But I'm interested, explain more about the experiment.
Well, I wanted to see how hard I could hit him and make it resonate, right, before I either caved his skull in, or,
Right.
you know what I mean? So, you had to hold it quite loose,
Okay.
so it could, like, vibrate, but you had to grip it hard enough to give it a good whack.
Right.
And his head's brilliant for hitting stuff on. He wouldn't-
Is it?
It is perfect. Because
Carl,
it's like...
could we recreate that moment a bit later on the radio?
You'll notice that you've been on for 15 minutes, you haven't said a word. So it's had a bit of an effect on me. It's still a little bit shaken.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, do it again later.
We were
Right.
talking about your head a little bit earlier, weren't we?
It's not going to mean that you're sort of a bit, fuzzy thinking, is it?
It'll be alright.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, good. Can we
I said-
recreate that later, maybe
I
towards the end of the show? Just hit you on the head with various objects, see which make the best sound?
He
Thanks
said,
very
he
much.
said about, talking about Time Out. I said something about in Time Out, and he went, yeah, do you read that? I went, yeah, I read it, get it every week, yeah. He went, there's no point though, is there? He said, because it's like a telephone directory. You know, if you want to look something up, you look it up, but you'd never sort of browse the telephone directory. And I went, that's an interesting point. He went, although I did. When I was in Scotland, I just looked up how many Macs there were, and there was 42 pages of them. How bored are you in your hotel room in Scotland to suddenly start working out how many people start with Mac?
Were you sat in your room, there was nothing else that you could think of
I'd
to
been
do?
working, it's when we did the show from, XFM did some stuff from Edinburgh.
Yeah. You were
Been a
sat in your
hard
hotel
day,
room?
Sat in the room, waiting to sort of go out and get some food and that. Sat there.
Why were you waiting to go out and get some food? Why
Because
didn't
we
you
were all
go
going to
and
meet up, with Simon.
So
and
you
that.
thought, I'm not going to switch the TV on, I'm not going to read a
The
magazine.
telly was on, nothing was on, I wasn't impressed with anything that was on, so I'm looking around the room. I had a couple of the free shortbreads.
I love the fact he remembers.
Yeah.
He remembers a specific biscuit he
Yeah.
had.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Had a couple of them, and then looked around, there was a Bible, and I thought, well, I know about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing in that I don't know. So, got the phone book up, and immediately thought, there's a lot of Mac this and Mac that in Scotland,
Yeah.
Macintosh,
Mac Daddies.
Macateer,
Yeah.
there's loads of
Return to
names. So I
Mac.
thought, I wonder how popular it is.
Just how popular it is.
42 pages of Macs.
Did you count how many pages there were?
Yeah.
Did you just work out from the numbers on the bottom of the page, or did you literally
No, I
count them?
counted.
Right.
And
how many do you reckon are on a page? There's a lot in there. If
quite
someone
a lot,
could
isn't
tell you approximately how many
sorry,
names they get on one page.
How long did it take you, this whole procedure?
What, the counting?
Yeah.
Not that
No,
long.
it's
It's
just
got
counting
two
page.
pages.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that much.
They're all
And what
together,
did you do
luckily.
once you digested that information? What did you do with that information? Did you tell
Stored
people
it,
when you
haven't
went?
I? I mean, look, how long ago was the Edinburgh Festival?
I stored it along with the biscuit. I love to get in his head. I imagine it's a big warehouse, and there's lots of partitions for weird stuff like kids born with tentacles and things like that.
I imagine there's like quite an old caretaker, and you go in there. You say, "I'm looking for that." He goes, "Hang on, I know where that. I put that somewhere. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Is this the one when they shave the cat? No, it's not shaving the cat. This is the Max. The Max. I know Scotland, the shortbread. Well, don't give me the shortbread because that's putting me off.
Right, are we...
competition then? Come on then. What is it? Oh,
Songs of Phrase.
remind us of this.
We got the film one coming up later as well. But Songs of Phrase is the one where I take a popular phrase from the show.
Well, no, it's not a popular phrase from the show. It's sometimes something you said once. There's this airy Chinese kid.
Yeah. And I get all different bits of songs, so, you know, I make up that sentence, and you have to email in with the artists that you hear.
What's
right?
the popular phrase then? What's this popular phrase that's sweeping the nation?
It's what we talked about last week.
Go
it's, my girlfriend had a problem with a marrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright?
Okay. She wasn't your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, but I couldn't find sort of
No. Okay.
blind date or whatever. So seven artists it's taken to make up this
Me
Songs of Phrase.
girlfriend had a problem with her marrow. Well, that's at least 8, so...
Well, maybe
I
not.
think I've managed it in 7. Anyway, here we go.
Oh,
We want the
the-
artists. We're looking at the names
the
of the
artists,
artists.
yeah.
Get a
What-
pen and paper and make a note.
What artists are you hearing here?
Very good.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
What's
so,
more?
So, what are the artists?
Very
My
good.
girlfriend had a problem with her marrow. We want the names of the artists. What can we win, Carl?
Just can I just recap that story? The girl can't run a blind date, but when he found out that this girl had some sort of bone marrow problem, he said he didn't want to see her anymore. What's the point in getting to know someone that's going to die?
Yeah.
So that's what you're dealing with. That is what you're dealing with Karl Pilkington.
Would you buy a car with a Duff engine?
It's a fair point. Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk. Anyway, listen, sorry, we better get back to the competition. I'm worried that we've lost sight of that competition, because I'm not going to lie to you, we've had no entries whatsoever so far.
I can't believe that, because I actually got most of those. That's actually a more accessible one. I think I know all the artists, and I'm stuck on girlfriend, but I think I might know who that is.
Let's hear it again.
I'm surprised. Now I think that's a pretty accessible one.
An
eh?
accessible quiz?
Yeah. So is the email up, or no one's listening?
No, well, I think there's a little bit of that, but I think we've accidentally closed down the texting. So if you're texting in,
This
don't
is
bother with that.
rubbish. It really is awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
just play it again, hang on a minute.
I'll tell you what it was. We didn't give out the prizes. We didn't say what the prizes were going to be. That's the reason.
Yeah, I think the emails are going to go mental when
Yeah.
they.
When they find out it's the first series of Open All Hours on VHS, they'll be
Yeah.
flooding in. Let's see what
And
we've
the
got
Bridget
here.
Nielsen video.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh dear.
Oh.
No, actually, it's not too bad.
Go on.
The best air guitar albums in the
Yeah,
in the
that's
world.
still going. That's
Volumes
that's
1 and
evergreen. That'll keep running and running.
Some kind of anniversary box set of a Doctor Who episode with a small
New
model
one
car.
wants that, baby.
I'm Alan Partridge Series 2, that's
Yeah.
worth having obviously, and Porridge Series 3.
Okay, good.
Not watched all of them on UK Gold, then get them on
There's
DVD.
something wrong with you.
Right,
So yeah, let's hear it again.
alright. Just name the artist, that's all we want, just
Yeah.
the artist.
Ricky.Gervais at xfm.co.uk.
Play record.
Ryan Adams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic.
His version of Wonderwall, if you've not heard it
Beautiful.
yet, you'll be loving it.
You'll be loving this. Libertines, Don't Look Back Into the Sun on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl, have we got the results?
Yeah.
Go on then, what are they?
Songs of phrase.
Okay, songs of phrase.
This was the phrase, these were the songs. My girlfriend had a problem with a marrow. The answer's Sinatra, Prince, Bill Medley, U2, Shirelles. There was also Dub Pistols in there.
No one got all of them, Carl, obviously. But we'll give it to Mark Cantan. He got, what did he get, about 6 or something? Yeah. Well done, he's from Dublin, so that's nice.
Well done.
Listening over there, the Irish.
Yeah.
That's good, isn't it?